Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sunny from Pluto, Crystal Priestess, and today I want to talk to you guys about a rare and special mineral called Cerussite. But before we get into it, I'd like to share that my crystal shop, thescorpionshop.com, has a brand new collection of Cerussite crystals available, and I'm very excited about that. They are from the Ojuela mine in Mexico. I'd also like to ask you to please follow me on Instagram at the Scorpling Shop so you can keep up to date with everything I'm doing crystal related. And if you'd like to get even deeper with me and my insights and my day-to-day crystal stuff, join my broadcast channel, the Crystal Wizard Club, which is available on Instagram. And please subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Please like, share, and comment on this video if you have anything that you'd like to add about Cerussite or something that you've learned. I really appreciate it. It helps my channel's growth. Okay, let's get into it. Cerussite is a lead carbonate mineral with a hardness of 3 to 3.5. It belongs to the orthorhombic system, forming tabular or prismatic crystals, and is very fragile. Because of its lead content, Cerussite crystals are quite dense in weight, but when handling this crystal, you must remember that it is extremely delicate and can break if not properly taken care of while in motion. So by no circumstances should this crystal be submerged in water or used with water for metaphysical purposes. The most important reason being that lead can be toxic, and the second most important, as stated multiple times, is that the crystal is fragile. Cerussite deposits can be found all over the planet, but the most popular localities include the Tsumeb mine in Namibia, the Ojuela mine in Mexico, and the Broken Hill mine of Australia. A very mesmerizing property that Cerussite possesses is that its dispersion is greater or more intense than diamonds, natural diamonds. What is dispersion? Well, also known as the gem's fire. The dispersion occurs when light hits the crystal and the spectrum or rainbow of color is seen within and all around the stone. Here is a great example of the high dispersion. This is the world's largest cut Cerussite. I saw it at the ROM in Toronto, the Royal Ontario Museum. And whoever cut this gem deserves an award, probably among the hardest crystals to cut due to its fragility. And this thing is massive and hypnotic. The cutter is a master lapidary. It's amazing. I'm just like really grateful that I got to see it. And if you're in, Ontario or the Toronto area, definitely go check out the, I forget what it's called, the Earth Magic or Earth Gifts from the Earth or something exhibit at the ROM. It's there all year round, and the Cerussite is there. It's amazing. So acquiring a Cerussite specimen would be a great achievement for any mineral collector across the globe, as they are more sparse on the market and have a higher price range. And of course, like most crystals, the price and the rarity will differentiate by the locality and quality of the stone. There's so many physical attributes and properties that we can go over about Cerussite, but the main focus of my channel is the metaphysical and spiritual or occult or esoteric or unseen energy and magic of crystals and just life in general. And to be honest, this might be a short metaphysical description, but that's okay. And through personal research, I've discovered that the metaphysical and spiritual properties of Cerussite are untapped at this moment or are just lacking. So probably because it's not a very popular stone among crystal healers, but more popular among fine mineral collectors. Also, it's not really a stone that you can handle a lot depending on the structure of the piece. To give an example, some Cerussite crystals form into a solid or singular crystal, which would be easier to handle and less likely to be damaged. Here is one that I'm keeping from the lot I got for my shop. It's a single tabular crystal. I feel safe handling it, knowing it doesn't have any sister crystals that can break off if I put it in my pocket or under my pillow or in my bra. And here is another example of an amazing specimen that I saw at the Crystal Classics exhibit at the Tucson Gem Show last year. Oh my god, I dream of this piece. This was like one of the first pieces I saw at the Gem Show where I was like, if I could, I would totally buy this in a second. And I wish I could. Maybe I'll find it again. I just felt such a connection with it. This is something that you could handle more as well without worrying about any other pieces being brittle enough to snap off. And here are more clustered specimens which would require more care. However, it doesn't mean you wouldn't be able to use them for metaphysical purposes. It would just be wiser to keep them at home and maybe have them around you or close by rather than in your pockets or under your pillow or in your bra or wherever your preferred stashing place is. Keeping all of this in mind, I've only really worked with Cerussite for a short period of time, and likely I will have new experiences and insights in the future. But some of my most prominent visuals and feelings have been that Cerussite is a stone of the underdog, which is quite a paradox when you think about it. How can this stone, which is so prestigious and highly sought after, resonate with those who, from an outside perspective, seem to not have much to offer or will gain little success? This is a stone for the people who have a hard time fitting into society or societal norms the entirety of their lives. This is the crystal for my fellow black sheep. Who else here is a black sheep of their family or workplace or wherever? How much of a burden has that been to carry? It can be a lot, and it can be hard. It can be one of our biggest and deepest wounds and something that causes depression or even isolation throughout our lives, but it's also one of our biggest motivators, and I'm speaking from experience. And that's what we're going to tap into here with Cerussite. I've noticed that Cerussite magnetizes people who are going through a lot mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to the user. Not as a means for an added burden or feeling drained, but because the user may also be going through a hard time or has gone through many a hard time. One time I was walking with the Cerussite and I kept hearing this phrase, "damn hard done by." I think that might be a lyric to a Lily Allen song. I don't know if that's like a phrase that people use, but I kept hearing "damn hard done by." And here we will find that in our lives, we are not alone. And there are people we can always relate to no matter what their background is or what their personal beliefs are. So with that, Cerussite may help one to let go of judgment towards others and their experience. Cerussite will help the user embrace their uniqueness. Another thing I've noticed while using this stone is that it's been easier for me to attract inspirational and innovative people into my field, whether they are public figures, musicians, actors, friends, or peers. You will notice a surge of creative energy emanating from within you and all around you. For example, I've always been a David Bowie fan, but recently, since working with Cerussite, David Bowie has been popping up a lot for me, like everywhere. Whether it's been like his movies coming up in different places on the TV or on the internet, album suggestions by Spotify, or seeing people wearing Bowie merch. P.S. Happy birthday, Bowie, born on January 8th, as well as my biggest inspiration, also born on January 8th. Happy birthday to Elvis Presley. And when I was thinking about this and writing out my insights, like my mind was freaking blown, because these two men are like two of the greatest examples of underdogs, both coming from very difficult early life circumstances. They were black sheep due to their interests, their looks, their non-conforming looks, and their fashion choices, and just the way that they were different. And they embraced their passion, which drove them deep into self-expression, becoming two of the most popular, successful, and recognizable musicians and performers of our modern history or of all time. And both of them being referred to often as aliens or from outer space or otherworldly. And again, possessing that weird or strange, unique, rebellious vibe about that, and like the underdog theme coming up. Like, honestly, my mind was freaking blown. Also, it's almost their birthdays soon too. Like, I always say it and I'll keep saying it. Crystal work is so intuitive and it never ceases to blow my mind. It's so synchronistic. It just really helps me, and probably you if you're watching, to live my life and to go down the right directions in life and to just follow my instincts and have an open connection always to the source, to the universe. Anyways, so this stone is about trusting your instincts and going down the road less traveled, which is not easy, in the face of scrutiny and criticism due to your innate magic and power. You may be someone who receives a lot of pressure from family and peers throughout life just because you exude a different, more influential energy than most people. And using Cerussite will help you use all of this to your advantage, to love yourself for being strange among the masses, and to let your passion drive you. Pairing the stone with a vision board of what you want for yourself could prove to be very potent. Put pictures of people who inspire you, things you want to achieve, images that remind you of how special you are, and take some time out of each day to look at it while holding Cerussite or having a Cerussite crystal nearby. And imagine that you are or have all those things in that very moment. Also, I'm wearing moldavite with pyrite right now. I feel like those paired with Cerussite too can create a powerhouse and bring you all of those things that you need to be successful. And crystal pairing is a great way to also work with crystals. So whatever resonates with you, definitely pairing moldavite if you're wanting to, have a big transformation or to change your life or to call in life-changing initiation phases of life, things that are going to change you and put you directly onto your path and show you clearly in person. Always pair whatever crystal you're working with moldavite if that's what you're looking for, especially Cerussite. I feel like even though Cerussite is of the earth and moldavite is a tektite, which is half from space, I feel like these two kind of have an affinity with each other. So working with Cerussite can help one be open to new concepts or to be a pioneer of something new. By embracing your differences and following your heart and your soul's path without giving up or allowing fear to rule you, you will find success. And it's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to have doubts. It's okay to be scared. That's all very natural, but it's about using the opposite action and facing your fears and pushing through and going forward no matter what, because you love yourself and you trust yourself and you know that you are the way you are because of a very special, prominent, and unique purpose that nobody else on the planet has. And in closing, the planets that resonate with Cerussite are Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Chiron. The sun, moon, or rising signs that I feel have an affinity to Cerussite are Aquarius, Capricorn, Pisces, and Virgo. And the sun, moon, and rising signs that I feel would benefit from using Cerussite are Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. And the key words I feel resonate most with Cerussite are underdog, creativity, innovation, uniqueness, support, success, pushing through, motivation, genius, self-mastery, karmic lessons, influence or influential people, magnetism, strangeness, uniqueness, colorful, otherworldly, imaginative, sensitive, intelligent, like-hearted souls or like-minded people, and making your own way or carving your own path. If you've ever worked with Cerussite before, or if you own a Cerussite or anything that you'd like to add about Cerussite, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!